From NewsNation headquarters, this is NewsNation Prime.
And for more on the White House race, we are bringing in our panel tonight. Republican strategist Matt Klink is back, and so is Democratic strategist David Tafuri, who is also an advisor on Obama's 2008 presidential campaign. Gentlemen, welcome both. It's great to see you. And Matt, let's start with you tonight. Donald Trump yesterday calling President Biden and Kamala Harris, quote, mentally impaired. Some of his harshest rhetoric to date on the vice president we heard together. Now, Republicans in Washington are actually telling him this is the wrong approach. Let's listen to that.
Vice President Kamala Harris is not mentally impaired.
No, I just think she's crazy liberal. I don't question her.
But what do you think about that rhetoric?
I just think the better course to take is to prosecute the case that her policies are destroying the country. They're crazy liberal.
All right, Senator Lindsey Graham there. So, Matt, I know that you have said people basically know who Trump is at this point. If you were advising him, would you tell him to tone this down? Because there are undecided voters listening.
There are very few undecided voters out there, Natasha. But yeah, I would tell him. And Lindsey Graham was very eloquent in saying it, far more eloquent than I could say it. But look, I mean, first of all, Joe Biden was kicked out of the nomination because he did lose his grasp on reality and he mentally wasn't there. Kamala Harris, I agree with Lindsey Graham. Her policies are crazy liberal, and some of the things that she was for in the past, but now says she no longer supports, but her values haven't changed. They are crazy liberal, and she will govern if elected as a crazy liberal. That being said, Donald Trump wins on the economy. He was winning on immigration. And if he focuses on those issues and remind voters that under Biden and Harris's economy, you pay more to live less, he wins. So, I mean, look, I just think it's Donald Trump being Trump, and whomever gets Donald Trump to listen to him is probably going to be the one that sticks around the longest because he keeps his own counsel.
Yeah. David, I want to bring you in on this. I mean, do you expect this remark may come up in Tuesday's VP debate? Because let's not forget, I mean, Waltz's son has a nonverbal learning disorder, and there were some terrible online comments about his enthusiasm, his love of his father at the DNC as well.
Well, the clips you played of Donald Trump and other clips recently show that he's desperate. He's making ad hominem personal attacks on Harris and Walz. He's making outrageous claims. He's not speaking about policies. He can't get into policy specifics. He talks in superlatives. And this is because he knows he's losing, and it would be better for him to focus more on the policies and trying to make a contrast between his policies and those of Harris and Walz. Let's hope in the vice presidential debate this coming week that it will be more focused on policy. When Harris debated Trump, he didn't talk about policies at all. He made strange comments, and he lost that debate. And Harris has asked to debate him again, and he won't do it again because he knows he lost. So let's hope we have a more substantive debate between Vance and Walz. And people of America can see a real contrast between policies. I think Walz is going to come out on top, but I would say Vance will be a very good debater, and probably he's better at explaining Trump's policies than Trump is himself.
Matt, I mean, I do want to ask you about this. Do you agree? Are we seeing a desperate Trump in this moment?
No. In fact, Natasha, quite the opposite. The reason why Donald Trump doesn't need to debate Kamala Harris is, again, the public polls may show Kamala Harris with a slight lead. That means Trump's winning. He's far ahead of where he was in 2020 and in 2016. Donald Trump underperforms in the polls, but he does better on Election Day. Kamala Harris desperately needs a new debate because she has stalled, and Donald Trump doesn't want, he's going to starve her of that oxygen. And look, when we talk about the vice presidential debates like a $3 bill, it means nothing. It makes for interesting television. It's not going to sway one voter one way or the other. This is all about Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris and how they are running their respective campaigns. It will be really interesting, though.
It will be interesting. We'll be watching and perhaps impactful. Time will tell. We are out of time, gentlemen, but thank you so much. Matt Klink, David Tafuri, appreciate both of your time.
See you, David.